What's going on, Airsofters? You came here for some Airsoft game ideas. Let's jump right into it. Oh, by the way, not real. Halloween prop. So look up some plastic razor wire online. Adds nifty little effect to your field. The first game I want to tell you about today is Airsoft Freeze Tag. We've never tried it before in our field. I don't know why, because it turned out pretty fun. Ended up playing a lot of quick rounds, multiples. So what you'll do is probably like the best 3 out of 5, something like that. But we set up these areas around. We had 2 teams, green and tan, and we'd set up these zones where the frozen folks would go. You get hit by an Airsoft BB, you're frozen. And so you would come over to, we ended up calling them froze zones. You'd come over to one of these zones where you mark green or tan, it's the green one here. And so you would be here until your teammate came and tagged you back in. And we set up multiple zones around the field. Probably can't really see those. Over there's one, and so on. So as you get tagged by the BBs, get hit, you go to the nearest froze zone. And you're there until a teammate tags you back in. If your entire team gets frozen, round ends. And we reset, we would change spawn sites, kind of rotate, and we played the best 3 out of 5. Probably could have played some more rounds, but everybody seemed to enjoy it. We're gonna continue to refine it, but set up some froze zones at your field, see how it goes. So the next one I want to tell you about is a way to play kill confirm type games at your field. We have used waterproof playing cards, some plastic things like that. And the reason why is because we figured out people sweat and the regular playing cards just disintegrate in their pocket. But the waterproof ones, the plastic ones, not real expensive, and you can reuse them and stuff, but this can serve as their dog tag. So each player gets a dog tag, and if you get hit, enemy player comes over and says, hey, you got a dog tag? And they have to give up their personal dog tag. But if the person has collected dog tags off other players, enemy players, they get to retain those. You can't take dog tags that player has collected from other enemy players, but you can take their personal dog tag. Now, another method that you can use instead of a card like that is you can use maybe little flags, little marker flags, different colors for different teams. What we've done is we'd have a stash of these set up at a main base like this one. This is the Eagle's Nest in one of our main bases. We'd have a bucket of these, and so what the player would do is at the beginning of the match is they take one of these, go charging off into play, but when they get hit, they simply, where they get hit, they drop it down on the ground. And so enemy player can go and collect these. Or you can do it where friendlies can collect them as well. Scoop up the dog tags, kind of like you would in Call of Duty or something like that. So if you're using the flag method, you don't have to have, you can do instant respawns. You don't need something like a medic rule or a bleed out, because they just drop it and go back and respawn. If you're using the dog tag thing like this, the waterproof playing cards, then what you probably want to do is a 2-minute to 5-minute or whatever, depending on how big your field is, how many players you have, bleed out. So that they have to stay in place. If they get hit, they stay in place for at least 2 minutes, calling for medic, and a medic can come over and get them back in the game, or an enemy player has time then to get to that player and say, hey, you have a card, do you have a dog tag? And they got to give up their card. So a couple of ways to do it. This works well for respawn type games, instant respawn. This works well for medic rule type games, but give it a try at your field. Next game I want to tell you about has to do with these field cones, the little flatty things like this, or you can use clay pigeons, just the simple little orange clay pigeons. But what we did was we had a mine sweeper game. So we had a minefield. These were our landmines, and we set these up, and we put underneath a little baggie, like a small sandwich Ziploc bag, and inside had a little pencil, piece of pencil, colored pencil, and a child's maze. So the person has to get to the landmine, lift it, take the bag out, open it up, get the pencil, get the maze, work the little child's maze, and that is a diffuse. then they get to collect the landmine that they've defused. But you'd be really surprised how difficult it is to do a simple child's maze while under fire. It takes a lot of team effort. So there's like communication and things to support. Your team's got to kind of hold down things while you work the puzzle, and you can establish particular players to be EOD, or you can just say anybody can do the defuse depending on how many folks you have. But it works really great. It's something you can incorporate along as part of another game, or it could be a standalone game. We've done both, and it's really fun. Give it a try. Y'all be sure and check back soon, because we'll have more games for you. Keep it safe and keep it mill soon.